Hello and welcome to today's episode of Dr. Simone's Mindspace. As you may can hear from the noisy background, I'm in New York City, and I thought it would be very good to run a podcast on a topic which is related to being alone on a trip, out of your sort of normal routines, and in a city you love or in a place you love, where you're provided with new stimuli, with different people, different attitudes, different styles, different ways of living, which stir a lot up in everyone. And to be traveling is opening your mind, is becoming more tolerant, is more open for seeing different ways of being, different lifestyles, and realizing that maybe our own little universe we are used to from home isn't the only way one could live. And it may make you appreciate home more. It may make you appreciate home less. You may be homesick for what you used to, or maybe not. It all depends on how comfortable you feel in this new environment you're currently in. And for me, personally, from an experience, traveling has been a very, very good way of self-reflection. A lot of young people do it as a gap year, and many times this gap year is considered a lazy year, but it's really not. It's opening young people's minds and spirits to a new place, a new values, and new ideas, which are very important when it comes to everyday interactions with other people, especially in a globalized world with people from all over the place. And if not even so, with people from your own home country, you may become a bit more tolerant. And we would really benefit in our world from more tolerance and more appreciation for the other and learning from the other. And realizing both, hey, they're not so different, but hey, they are very different too. And then pick whatever you feel can be helpful for your own life and maybe apply some of it and see how it feels to use that in your daily life. Maybe your life becomes more pleasant by implementing some of the things that you've noticed in your place you've visited or lived for a longer time, which makes it even more a unique experience you will not forget for your entire life. Personally, traveling is the place for self-reflection. There is no place where you get so confronted with your inner self, with your own personality and your way of being in another place, which is triggering a lot of aspects of stress potentially. It's unstable. You have to adjust to new environments, to new stimuli, and you're out of your comfort zone. And being out of one's comfort zone isn't a very easy place to be. So a lot of us, instead of traveling, may consider staying at home. Because at home, everything's predictable. But everything's also the ordinary and may be a little boring. And also maybe a habit of doing things where we don't really reflect and think what we're actually doing. And life goes by very fast if you never change your environment. Because every day is just gonna be every day. I highly encourage you, if you have the opportunity and the energy to do travel, and travel also with your entire family, because the more you travel, the more you expand your horizon, and the more you will actually notice, oh, maybe I have a lot on my plate to work with. And you come home and you address those topics with a new perspective, almost like a bird's perspective, because you've pulled yourself outside of your everyday life, outside of your everyday ordinary, and have really realized maybe certain things and maybe had some epiphanies on what things can be changed. And if we're willing to change, we can really impact how everyone around us feels, because we cannot change other people. We can only change our approach to deal with other people. We can only change our way of addressing things that don't go very well, even in your own family. You can't ask other people to change, because that isn't really gonna happen, and it also shouldn't happen, because everyone should be appreciated for who they are and be allowed to live their lives. And everyone is obviously also encouraged heavily to work on themselves, to work and become a better person. But we can only be good role models for people around us if we live up to that standard ourselves. So I hope this has been inspiring for you to consider a next trip, even if it's just a very small one, even if it's one just within your home country, but to another part of it, and to be open and travel by yourself. Because if you travel alone, you really have the true sense of immersion into the new place, because you don't have a safe companion with you, and you have to really confront every challenge by yourself. So go out, travel by yourself, and come back and see how you felt. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Noisy New York City Vibe, and to be continued, and wishing you all a fantastic weekend and a better morning, Monday morning, with some self-reflection. Take care and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.